Hey, this is Val Selby, and after over 20 years online, I can track where my mindset has blocked me. If procrastination, imposter syndrome, and a lack of focus have been blocking your biz, then Val Full Volume is here to help you see choices you are making. Get ready to use your expertise to collaborate like a pro as you create the business of your dreams. Now is the time to make changes and live your best life. Let's get to it. Hey, welcome back. This is Val Selby, and I'm here to share more information that I am witnessing about myself. So I'm just going to share the information because that's what I do. That's my strong point. I have no problem being on here and going, yeah, this is probably something you already do, but my dumb ass just figured it out. I have no problem being the one standing in line. It's not even like I don't know how to do any of this stuff, or it's this or it's that. It's the fact that I've been looking for some programs that do certain things. And so I've been reaching out more and asking, my tech friends and my business friends. And it's hilarious how often they're like telling me, oh, use this. It's in this. And a lot of these are programs I already have, and potentially programs that I'm already in all of the time. And I laugh at myself because I can remember, back in the day, and this might be why it happens, but back in the day, when we signed up for programs, they really did that one basic thing. And we were so grateful for that, right? Because before that program came into place, we were hand coding or, somehow we were maneuvering and making that happen. But it was definitely a huge process to make it happen. So we do that one thing. Well, let's just forward several decades up. And I don't always think of keeping up with the platforms that I already have. And I have quite a few platforms. I'm a fan of AppSumo. I have quite a few platforms that I have lifetime access to. And I know that some of them, when they first came out, maybe they didn't work quite the way I wanted to. But I don't have a habit of going back to them and seeing what the updates are. If I have lifetime access and it's always bumping up to the top level, because a lot of the time, many of the AppSumo apps, that's what will happen. As a thank you, you're always at that top level. And that means that you're always getting like the most incredible stuff, the top of the line. But if I'm not using it because 2 years ago, it didn't really do what I wanted, that I have no idea that all that stuff happened, because I'm probably totally rolling my eyes. If you're watching a video, you know this, rolling my eyes at myself because, of course, I'm like, I get the emails and I just delete them because I don't even look at them. Bad habit. It's a bad habit. And that's just the ones that I'm not using the programs regularly, right? Those are the ones that have lost in my digital dust that I'm now finding some of them and going back to and going, oh, what do you do now? What do you do now? But there's also, and this is the big one, keep up to date with what's going on in the programs that use all of the time. I don't keep up with what the brand new stuff is for Active Campaign. This means that I'm paying for things that could be helping my business, making my time more efficient. Maybe my assistants could use it and it would be more efficient for them to get things done. But I don't know because I'm not keeping up to let them know. That's not smart. I know it's difficult. It's like, well, when am I going to find the time to go and do that? So what if we put in, when we do our stats once a month? I don't think I've talked about that for a while, but you should be doing your stats at least once a month. Okay. Just at least finding your basics. But moving on from that, maybe that's the day when I'm doing my stats really quickly that I go and check out at least one program. Because if I was at least checking out one of my platforms that I use all of the time, then I've at least done something. For example, Canva and the AI. I haven't dug into that at all. And here I am asking for AI programs, and I've gotten quite a few people saying, use Canva, use this. And it's like, oh, okay, because I already have that oh, how do we do that? I've got a friend who absolutely adore her, and she's just like, if you log in, there's a ton of tutorials. Oh, really? Yeah, that'd be smart. So it's right there in something that I'm already paying for. So why don't I use that instead of looking for something else to pay for? See if I can use the software platforms that I already have. Wouldn't that be amazing? What a great idea. It's funny because I have gotten new platforms, and specifically because we wanted to find some platforms that would do more things so I could cancel other platforms. I am switching to someplace else for my meetings right now. I haven't quite done it yet, so I'm not going to just like jump in and tell you all about it. But believe me, when I get it all set up and I've tested it a few times, I will be letting you know all about it. I'm super, super excited about it. It's been really tough for me not to go down the rabbit hole of just working on this. It's like, no, lady, you set deadlines. You are going to work on getting this workshop, Optimizing Align Sprint. You're working on that. All assets have to be done this month. You said it. But I can go play over here and create all this fun stuff. No. So I know that that's part of the reason I don't go and dig into programs as well, because I know I can rabbit hole and use it as a procrastination because I'm learning. And it's like, well, that's not what I was supposed to be doing. So schedule it, Val, schedule it so that you can have that playtime. But how many different programs are you paying for that some of the stuff is overlapping? That happens a lot more than it ever used to. And especially with the AI, like right now, as far as the podcasting stuff goes, some of our stuff is overlapping because I needed better of this, or because the team's already using this and they already love it and it's like streamlined for them. So that's worth it, right? To have the multiple platforms when they're not too expensive. But it's worth it because it makes it easier for them to cruise on through. Because it's like, all right, I already got this. I'm doing it. Got a process. Let's not change. Okay, please. And I get that because I'm the same way. And, once you have to go through and figure out time versus learning curve. Oh my God. The money spent in time, that's money. Time is money. So if you have to go and learn a whole new program and you're still wanting it to do what the other program did, you have to really weigh that. Is that going to be a good use of your time, or is that $14 a month worth it because of what it saves you? What I'm trying to say here is anytime that you are thinking, oh, I would like to do this, I would like to add this, check your programs for what you already have access to. Even if stuff's not flowing in your head, keep up to date with the platforms that you use the most to see what they are adding. Like Asana and Canva are going to have an integration pretty soon. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I am so stinking excited. I actually probably should look up if there's a launch date for that to happen so I can schedule it on my calendar, because we use the heck out of Canva and we use Asana for everything as a team. So for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, how is this going to improve our business life? My mind's coming up with all sorts of random things that it's just going to be absolute perfection. Silly. So silly. But if I didn't open emails and pay attention, I wouldn't know that was going to be happening, right? So especially the platforms that you use all of the time. Airtable, we use Airtable for all of our contact forms now and for the signups. And it's just way easier. So we use that. That is always getting a constant update. So I try to remember to open those and forward them just to make sure that my team's getting them, because I don't know Airtable. I just go in there and look around and do basic stuff. I don't do the stuff in it by any means, because Airtable made my brain explode. That's not how my brain works. So take a look, before I keep rambling on, take a look at those programs that you are using the most. See if there are ways that you can streamline processes because you can just keep using the programs that you are using for other things. Because the more you can stay in one program, the more time you will save. I mean, goodness, how many tabs do you have open? It's so much easier if you just have less tabs and you just keep going back and forth between a couple of tabs. It's seconds matter. Seconds matter every time you got to switch, especially, some of us that are having computers that want to die. If I have to move stuff around, I'm doing it with a prayer. Please, internet gods, please, computer gods, work with me and just keep clicking back and forth. Please. So take a look at what you've got. See how you can make it work even harder for you. Because that is the whole point. That is why these people, these wonderful minds are creating these programs for us, because they want us there more. So, and if there's a program that you absolutely love and you wish it did something, reach out to their team about it, because they are always wanting you to stay in their program. They are always wanting you to stay with them and stay on that monthly subscription, especially if you're a subscriber. So the more that they can add to it, the less likely you are to go to another program. Brand loyalty is everything. Okay, so first off, anytime you are looking for a program to do something, check what you already own or have access to first. Yes, I'm saying this to Val. Val's got to start doing this. Val will start doing this. Val desires to start doing this more often. Look inside my own programs. All that money that I'm spending. What else can I make it do? Is it going to do cool things that I didn't even know could be possible? Probably. All right. Thanks for being here. I will see you and talk to you again next week. Adios.